we are live. I hope everybody can hear me. You don't have any sound
Yeah,
issues today.
no sign issues.
All right. And welcome to One on One with the Creative. And Leo, we have a very special guest. Her name is Anna. We're going to let her introduce herself in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And as usual, my co hosts.
Lord.
We have Eve today as well. Welcome watu Eve Kidogo.
Oh, hi guys. Thanks for tuning in again. Another week, another amazing creative today. This is something super exciting. I'm excited for today.
Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be good.
Yeah.
So before we begin, I had an idea, Kwanza, Eve. Um,
Lord.
before the end of the show, tukuwe na ka 5 minute gossip section.
Gossip. I don't gossip.
Don't
If
get
you
me
know me, you know
wrong,
I
don't
don't
get me wrong.
gossip.
Sio ile gossip ati sijui nani alipigana na nani Facebook
Oh
jana.
yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, ni ile gossip ya celebrities. Kitu kama
Oh,
Diamond
that
is
type
really
of
Kenyan.
oh, that type of gossip. Okay. If
That
it's
type
like
of gossip.
gossip, I'm not
Uh,
there.
yeah, it's
You
like
can do that.
TMZ but with no
Yes,
evidence.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gossiping, I'm gonna email you my resignation.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a
I
good
don't
gossip.
gossip.
It's like news about artists, what happened. Five
Okay.
minutes
Okay.
recap of what's
That
going
sounds
on out there.
interesting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's something we can do
Something to
from the
think
next show.
about.
We'll think about that, sleep on it. But for
Okay.
now, let's have Anna
Yeah.
Mwalagho introduce
Hi,
herself to everybody.
hi everyone, and thank you, John and Eva, for
Yes.
just getting me to come to your program and share about who I am and what I do. I'm so grateful actually to be alive today because there's a
Amen.
lot of things going on. So I always tell
Yeah.
people
Too
one
many
day at
things.
a time, you wake up this morning, you see your
True.
family, you're okay, you check yourself left, right, center, you just say thank you, God. I made it through another
Exactly.
day. So I just
Yeah.
want to say thank you
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
this
This
day.
2020 is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And thank you guys for having me. I don't know how I was thinking that you guys are going to introduce me. So this is crazy.
No, like
No,
I
we
remember I
usually.
told you it's a conversation. So,
Uh-huh.
so, so everyone is curious. So, what exactly are you? And I know you're not in one box.
Yeah.
You're like a broad type of artist. So,
Uh-huh.
what exactly do you do?
Well, so I am a performing artist, meaning
Mm-hmm.
I have many actually. I have many things. Number one, I always say I'm a child of God. I am a mother, I am a wife, and I'm a performing artist. When it
Nice.
comes to performing artist, I am a singer, songwriter, storyteller, comedian, actress, and I'm a poet also. I started performing when I was very young. Actually, I was born and raised in Kenya. So I
Mm-hmm.
started performing when I was around 8 years old. I started
Oh
performing
wow.
in schools, like in my school. I went to Star of the Sea Primary School in Mombasa, and
Yay!
yeah,
Oh,
I was
that's another 001.
Yes, 001.
I started performing with my school at a very tender age. So we'll go to like competitions, and
Mm-hmm.
from then on, I just kept on building that up. And I was born in Nairobi. We moved to Mombasa, then we moved back to Nairobi. So when I moved back, I was, I think, started 6 7 going no started 7, so I started 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Right.
high
Mm-hmm.
school, I went to Moy Forces Academy Lanet.
Oh,
So when I
nice.
Oh,
went to
cool.
Lanet, that's when now my artistic life really opened
It
up.
really came out, yeah.
Yeah, it's
All right.
basically where I really realized that this is what I want to do in life. I want to
Yeah.
be a performing artist. I joined a drama club group, and then with the drama club group, we performed district level, national level, and
Yeah.
I also did drum. I did the play, and I also was part of the choral spoken word. That time we didn't call it spoken word; it was called
Right.
choral verses. Yeah,
Yes,
Oh,
choral
choral
verses.
verses.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
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 Right.
My
So
sister actually went to the same school too, so yeah.
oh, oh, yeah. So with the
Yeah.
choral, that's what I'm saying. You look so familiar, but we'll talk about that later. Yesterday, I should
Maybe
have
you
I
asked.
saw
look
her during
familiar.
visiting days or
Yeah, I should
something.
have asked you that
No,
yesterday.
not
Anyway,
really, but mhm.
I there I won the best actress for all the in all the district level,
Nice.
and then I won a number one poet. I was also a solo poet, a spoken word artist, choral and solo. I won. I actually, people were saying you should have won. You should have been the national, gotten the national award,
Yes.
because I had to travel from Nakuru to Nairobi for that competition. And our acting drama teacher was called Mr. Omwaka. He passed on, rest, many
Yeah.
yeah. He was really instrumental in helping me build my talent as an artist. I mean, he taught me so many things to do. So choral verses, solo
Nice.
poems, acting, main character, so many things that by the time I finished Form 4, the love was already there. And I started writing poetry also in high school. I joined what is called not a debate, journalism club.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
another teacher, Mr. He lives here in America. I forget. He's going to get me. His name came and left.
Okay.
Was also very instrumental in helping me to build my poetry skill. So after high school, before I joined campus, I ended up joining I went to the National Theater. And
Oh, you did go to the National Theater.
yeah,
Okay, nice.
you all know
Okay.
the famous group called Hastings Ensemble. These
I
days,
do.
these days they call themselves Hastings Kenya. I actually was one of the founding members. I was one of the founding
Oh,
members with
Oh,
Victor
that's
nice.
Bennett,
cool.
Nice.
Sam
Right.
Mwangi, Waudo,
One
Ken
thing,
Waudo.
one thing I
Yeah,
can say is that it's very hard to find a creative that has so many talents. You can
Right,
find one
right.
or two, but you
yeah,
do,
Yeah.
you sing, you
You
yes,
act,
sing,
you are a
right.
comedian, you're an
uh-huh,
actress. I mean,
uh-huh.
I looked at, we both watched all your material,
Yeah, we
and
were just, yeah.
it's all
I
good. I
really
mean,
did. I
there's
watched
nothing you
all the
can say,
stuff you
okay,
sent.
there's a weakness here, but how come?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Usually
Right.
thank you for
Right.
that. So
yeah,
looks like
Uh-huh.
I'm balancing them all well.
yeah.
But see,
Yeah,
to
you
cut the
are.
long story short, so after performing in at the theater with Hudson Kenya, and
Mm-hmm.
I also went to Catholic University of Eastern Africa. I
Mhm.
did a lot of
Oh, cool.
poetry and performances there. We actually
Wow.
started an acting, a drama club there with my friends there.
Mhm.
So it was really powerful. So when I came here, I knew that this is what I wanted to continue to do. Now, I didn't know how.
Right.
Yes, we have
Mm-hmm.
our accents. So
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
was one of those people, like, I'll go to the theater here in
Yeah.
DC, because
Yeah.
I basically reside mostly in DC
Yeah.
and Maryland area. And
Yeah.
doing my auditions, I knew my accent was different, but I
Yeah.
really didn't care because the
Yeah.
love is
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
so it
They-
was through then that I now started doing auditions. I realized, you know what? Because they would typecast you now. They'll give you, okay, you theater, but you can only do nursing you can be a nurse in this play because
Yeah,
Okay.
God, I hate that.
African,
I hate
you
Yeah.
that.
were just, yeah.
They're
So it was
classifying
so,
you. Okay.
yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
had to find my own niche, and I had to say, you know what, I'm gonna create something that works for me. And that's
Right.
how I
Right.
ended up starting Mwalagho Productions. And with
Mm.
that,
Mm-hmm.
I have we do like my one woman play, Never Thought I Was Black Till I Came to America. My
Mhm.
comedy mostly educating people about Africa, but also getting out the stereotype that we know about each other, whether African,
Right.
African
Right.
American,
Right.
American.
That's good
And
comedy,
then my
actually.
music with all my
Yeah.
CDs,
Yeah.
what I really like to do with my music, I sing about justice and peace and
Right.
women. So
Right.
I focus on socioeconomic issues.
Mm.
And then for kids storytelling, I love kids. So
Right.
anytime I can get time to once a performing
Can
artist
you
like
babysit
you,
mine sometimes? Cause.
yes,
Mine
I
too.
can. Yes,
Mine
yes,
too.
it's easy. I mean, I teach Swahili now here. My other company
Nice.
is called Swahili Halisi, and I
Mm.
teach over
Mm-hmm.
30 kids Swahili.
Oh,
So
that's
Oh,
yeah, and
cool.
really
it's a
wow.
Right.
full different classes. So I have 7 classes from 4 to 18 to 22.
Mhm.
So I'm in storytelling. I go to the National Theater here in DC. I do stories
Oh,
about
that's really cool.
Wow.
and
No,
so
no wonder you're so hard to catch because you're always
yes.
you're always on the run. You're always on the
I'm
run.
always on the COVID has slowed me down. COVID has slowed me down, but you know what? You
Damn your
can't keep
COVID.
they can't keep me down because we have things like Zoom now, online
Yeah.
classes,
Yeah.
online performances.
Right.
And so I really thank God for this opportunity. And I hope I've cut everything I've said, but
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So, yeah, now I think we're gonna play one of your videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are gonna
Yeah,
play the first video. This one is
mm-hmm,
spoken word. We're gonna start with
Uh-huh.
spoken word, and the
mm-hmm.
title for the spoken word is bloodshed. We're gonna
Oh
watch it,
yeah.
and then we're gonna come back and talk
I
about it.
actually cried when I
Yeah.
listened to that
Yeah.
one.
All
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
Here we
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
This is not funny that in the 21st century, where modernization has taken place and the world has become a global village, the poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. They say they were modernizing us from our primitive ways. They say they were civilizing us from our uncivilized ways. But somewhere in Africa and Haiti, they are burying us in mass graves. Somewhere in Asia, our children are feeding on trash. Somewhere in Europe, our women are being abused. And somewhere in America, our men are languishing in jails. Come and heal our land. For our children are taught to kill and our women are being abused. When will the blood of Tomboya come and set us free? For our leaders have become so corrupt, obsessed by power and greed. When will the blood of Mahatma Gandhi come and satisfy us? For the disparity gap is definitely widening. When will the blood of JFK come and unify us? For we have become so divided like water and oil, spewing hatred every time we speak. When will the blood of Martin Luther King Jr. come and bring us justice? For injustice is being celebrated and justice is being shunned. Hallelujah. immortality. For death seems to be the only consoler for the meek and the weak. And injustice anywhere is threat to justice everywhere. And those who lose their lives for justice, they will gain it. And those who gain their lives for injustice, they will lose it. For what goes up must come down. And until you do right by us, I say until you do right by us, until you do right by us, nothing good, nothing good, nothing good is gonna come to you.
And we're live. Hi, everybody. We are back with none other than Anna Mwalagho. Is that? I hope I'm saying it right. I don't want to say it.
Yeah. You finally get it right.
Okay. And we just listened to a video. It's audio actually.
Audio,
with the artwork. Yeah. And the spoken word, bloodshed. Anna, can you tell the audience what is the idea behind that bloodshed and how you came up with the idea of writing all those words and putting them together?
Okay, so you see a little bit, let me go back a little bit.
Wajifundisha historia.
Yeah, so when I came to the US is when I realized kuna vitu nyingi sana a lot of people didn't know about, Africa or other continents. Americans mainly just know about America.
Yes.
And many of them, yeah. So what I decided to do through my music was because I was meeting a lot of Americans. I wasn't scared. I would go to like restaurants. Whenever they have like open mics, I'll just go there and start performing.
Nice.
And people are like, they definitely notice my accent. They're like, "Oh, you from Jamaica?"
They say that all the time. Yeah.
Because all the time they
Any
think
accent is Jamaican.
Yeah. No, because they haven't, at that time, it was like early 2005, 2000. Maybe I think the area where I was though, I was in DC, they had never seen like an African spoken word artist really coming to the scene. Yes. And it's a close-knit group of young guys at that time who we all started knowing each other as doing poetry, performances, spoken word and all that. So it was good to be with them because I ended up learning a lot. And because of that, I said, whenever I do my work, I will talk about Africa, but I will also talk about it in a positive light, but also educate people. So ni mziki, lakini I'm also educating people about issues around the world. So that's why I called it Bloodshed. It's actually my second CD. This is my
nice.
Yeah, my second CD. And even the title, the way I titled my CDs, I don't just title them out of maybe like a track. No, I title to what I'm feeling, my energy that time. So my energy, the title of this CD is called Haki, and this is Haki there, and
Haki
so just, and then also a lot was going on in terms of the police brutality in America. Civil wars going on in Africa and other parts of the world.
True. And
learning that, it's not about, it's the issue is really about the haves and the have-not, and how one can control the other. And that's why that's why I called the song Bloodshed, because the blood, if you hear the song and we've listened to it, if the bloodshed of all those powerful people who have died could come back, and if not coming back, if that blood was shed for a sacrifice so that we can get better, this is the time. So I was remembering my ancestors and just trying to get that energy and educate people that we need to fight for justice.
Deep word, very deep word, and a big message right there. And let's go to the comments a little bit and then we'll come back.
Kuna mtu anaomba uzungumze katika lugha ya taifa. Anasema anapenda unapozungumza ukizungumza Kiswahili. I'm not sure. They are loving you.
Yeah, napenda Kiswahili sana.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
Actually, like I don't know, but me, if I see you somewhere and
Yeah.
I get the hint that you're Kenyan,
Yeah.
tutazungumza lugha ya taifa mwenzangu.
Mhm. Okay, good. Mimi kwanza mimi
Itabidi
Uh-huh.
unifundishe hiyo
naongea mjui
lugha juu
Kiswahili
sijui
kabisa.
sana
Nisikufundisha.
yeah.
It's
Eve
yeah,
anajua Kiswahili eh?
yeah, mi najua Kiswahili.
Aha,
Najua ni
okay.
vile sipendi kuzungumza Kiswahili sana.
Mi
Aha.
So
najua zile za aje sasa
Eh.
sema
no.
Bwana usiseme Eve,
So
usiseme upendi. You have to love it. Just say
yeah.
yeah, it's
sipati
true.
pahali
I
then I
like the
yeah.
accent, especially the coast
Auelewi.
accent. Yeah,
Yeah. Eh?
Uh-huh.
I
Do
Nasema
you
do.
see why I don't speak? Do you see why I don't speak Swahili? Because every time I speak Swahili, my accent is like so coastal.
Mm.
uh-huh.
Like people don't. People just was it when you coasting?
Hapana.
Which is good. That's what we want to
Usikubali.
hear. Sometimes we miss
Usikubali
that.
kwanza
Yeah.
wanapenda kusikia, wanataka kusikia, so
Stephen,
don't forget. Eh?
yeah,
Yeah.
Stephen said something about something that's in in the piece that we just listened to. He says that men are languishing in jail. That can be a very interesting topic to expound on, which I think it is.
Mm.
So
That's true. Yeah.
the
And it
yeah
really
the
connects
justice
with Black Lives
system,
Matter
Mhm.
yeah, it
aspect.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Mm.
And yeah, the number of black people that's in prison or just basically incarcerated unfairly, it's very high.
Very
Mhm.
hard.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a private business. It's more like a
Yeah,
corporation.
because
It's
I think
actually
that
a,
So,
the black population is
mhm,
13% in the
yeah.
mhm,
USA, but they
mhm.
occupy 25% of the people
Yes.
that are incarcerated. So that's a really
Actually,
big
Yes.
yeah.
yeah, actually,
Mm.
as you know, people can be proud of. You know, America is the superpower and everything, but
Mm.
America has the highest number of
Incarceration.
people in jails in
Right.
the
Correct.
world,
Yeah.
and that's right there. That is scary, and
Yeah,
most
it, it is. It is.
and
It
it
is.
is.
And it's crazy like I think some people think it's like kind of cool to have
Mhm.
been to jail or prison.
Yeah.
No,
So
Yeah, it used to be
it
a trend, but yeah. I
yeah.
think people are
yeah,
getting
it
woke.
used to
I,
be a
Mm.
trend.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's a trend. It's
Mm.
only a trend if you are miseducated. I don't even
Mm.
want to say if
Yeah.
I think it used to be. It used to be,
educated. Yeah.
but people are
Yeah.
Yeah,
getting
So
more woke
but
now,
it's
and
not a trend because
yeah,
no one wants to go to jail. No one wants
yeah,
their family members to go to jail.
yeah,
mhm.
People who maybe hype about it is because they're already criminals,
yes,
and you know
Right.
they feel like that's a badge of honor. But I walk on the street and somebody
I like that, a
identifies
badge
me
Right.
and
of honor.
say, I
Yeah,
don't.
how is it a badge of
Yeah,
honor when you can't even get an apartment, you can't get a job?
yeah.
Like
But it's just for criminals, not regular people. No one in their right mind wants to go to jail so that they can come
It's
on the
called
show.
mhm.
they
Hey,
call it
I've been to jail,
street
yo.
cred.
Right.
No, there's no one like that. Whether
Yeah.
African, whether
Yeah,
African American, whether
yeah,
white, whether
Mhm.
black, no one.
yeah,
And the thing
yeah.
is,
Right.
it is even there are books that talk about it being, and they call it the prison industrial complex.
Mm.
And what
Yes.
people, let me educate a lot of Kenyans who don't know or people, because I even didn't know until I found out that actually it is a business because they
It is a
are,
business.
yeah, they are private prisons in America.
Yes. Private institutions. Yes.
Nowhere in Kenya or in any place I know of where there are private prisons, but in America there are private
Yes.
prisons. Basically, today I can wake up and say I want to open a prison, just like I
Yes.
can say I want to open a restaurant.
Yes.
And all I
Yes.
need to do, yes, all I need to do is then go to either my
Mhm.
county, file for
Mhm.
papers to see
Mm.
how does that work. Because what
And
a
you can
lot
open a
of,
prison the
yes,
next day.
yeah, and what states do is that now that you open the prison, this you're gonna get like tax write-offs and
Right.
Contracts, yeah, and all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
contract,
It's
because
crazy.
what
Mhm.
government
It's
is
a
looking or
business.
the state is looking is
Yeah.
It's
a
a
places
business.
to
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
prisoners.
Right.
Yeah.
So they
Right.
just say, hey, you are okay there, we're gonna bring for whether it's gonna be regular prisoners or even detainees like
Yeah.
immigrants
Right.
awaiting deportation or anything like that.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
that's why it is
Mhm.
that, and that's why a lot of people, including myself, I really believe that we should not have private prisons at all because
Definitely.
this
Right.
is just
Yeah.
not right.
I think that's I don't know if you follow politics
Yeah,
and
I do.
elections.
Yeah.
I think the prison reform is one of Joe Biden's, that's one of the things he's using in his campaign,
I
and it's
hope
really
so.
sad.
Mhm.
But
And I
he's
hope
he's the
yeah.
one that came up with the current prison situation. He's one of the people that
Yeah,
sat
he
down and
signed off for
decided.
the three strikes you're out. That one.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
three
Yeah.
strikes
That
you're
was
out.
Bill
He
Clinton.
signed that bill.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to make up for what he did because
yeah,
this and that.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
When he was
yes.
was it Congress, I think, or Senate, one of the two, he
yeah,
signed for
Mm-hmm.
it that
He
you
did.
do the
He did.
and nobody is immune to making mistakes.
yes,
So for
Nobody
example,
is.
and that's another reason why a lot of men and
Mm-hmm.
women are in jail is because they had a local three strikes you out.
yeah,
So the first time you go to jail, you maybe a small petty crime, okay, you
Yeah.
get out. The next and
Mm-hmm.
the second time you do another crime, whatever, they give you some like 2 3 years, then you out. The
yeah.
third time you do one, it
You're
could be
out.
You're
petty,
in there.
but you
You're
will
in
be
there
in
for
there
life.
for
Yeah.
25 years to life.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous. And so
Yeah,
Right.
I
It's
think they took
crazy.
when Obama was president, I think they kind of tried to reform it, but I don't know how far
Mm-hmm.
they went. But
No,
really,
I don't think they went that far because you have to remember, like we were saying, the prison system, it's a
mhm,
private industry.
yes,
yes,
It's like saying you want to end someone's source of income because
yeah, uh-huh.
yeah, but yeah. I okay, there's one thing that I like that you said. You were trying to educate people
Mhm.
about African culture. So have you watched Beyonce's new thing on Disney Plus, the new show, whatever she has?
And a black man, I've seen it twice
Black is King.
on
Have you
Yahoo.
seen it?
No, I have not seen
So
it. Yeah.
okay, okay. So I want
let's
to
take a
pose this
minute.
question
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
pause on the questions because we had a long discussion there, and
Yeah.
we have about 4 more
We
videos to
don't get
cover.
tired, me and Anna.
We have 4 more
Watu wa
videos to
Mombasa
cover. So
tunapenda
I
Yeah.
gumzo,
will moderate a
hatuchoki.
little bit and say
Uh-huh.
we will
Okay.
continue with this section of
Mhm.
Beyonce's show, but
Hmm.
talk about the video and then come back to
Play
this
the
one.
yeah, play the video. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, play
Which
the
So
video.
video
the
is this
next
now?
one, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So for the people that are out there or are just coming in, we are here with
Mm-hmm.
Anna Mwalagho, and the next video we are gonna watch. We just watched the spoken word part. So this part
Yeah.
is her other side, her comedy part,
Yes.
and
Yes.
this
I
one,
love this one. I love this
this
one.
one had
I'm
me
here for
cracking
this one.
for a few hours, and I kept rewinding it because it was so funny. And
Oh.
It
the
is.
title of
Uh-huh.
this one is "Don't Marry Anakata." You remember that
Oh.
one?
Oh,
I
that
did.
ooh,
I
that has
wish I saw it before I did
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I
that has
liked it
so
so much,
many.
so we have to play it. We have to
I
play it, but
felt
it's
I
all
had
attacked,
comedy.
but I was
I
laughing.
had to post the comments on that one. People didn't know it was a skit, so they
Yeah,
were getting so personal.
yeah,
So go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
comedy. It's the truth, and we gotta laugh. All right, so
Okay. Yeah, let's laugh
don't
for a
marry
minute.
Anakata. Here we go.
As I was telling you, girl, there are no good men in this place anymore. Me, I thought I was coming to America to get my Prince Charming. Hey, I've been surprised. Hey, I'm still looking. I'm still waiting.
You're trying to find a good man. It's too late.
And let me call you back.
It's too late. You're trying to find a good man.
What do you mean
Okay,
it's
wait.
too late?
Fine. It's not late. Even if you do, right? Don't marry Akata.
Excuse me.
Yes. Don't marry Akata.
That's a very offensive word. You don't know that that's a wrong word to use? I mean, if somebody call you cotton picker or wild oat or wild cat, will you be happy? What is wrong with African American people? Why can't you just say African American?
They're not supposed to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, they also call us African booty scratcher.
Just because we hate each other and we hate ourselves for no
So
reason.
is it me that hate them?
No,
or they hate
no.
me?
We hate ourselves because guess what? We are brothers and sisters. We share the same ancestor. And we still don't understand that. You know, we can be very far if we do that. Here we are complaining, fighting for nothing.
Me? I am an African. We don't share the same ancestors. I am an African and they're black.
You're not black.
No.
You're not a black man in America. So you want to tell me when Katrina happened, when George Bush was circling with the helicopter like this, he picked you first because you're African. Look at yourself well in the mirror and realize you are a black man in America. Let me tell you something. Oh, let me ask you. You are immune to police profile because your forehead say African?
No, well, no. I mean, the police definitely attend to everybody. Yeah, I mean,
So there's no racial discrimination in this country.
Well, yeah, they said, there are, but hey, look, let me tell you something. Here's what I'm saying, right? I know I give the word that I am, don't call me, I am an African man, but what I'm trying to make you understand is these are people that are gangsters. They are lazy.
Oh my God.
They cheat on their women.
Hey.
They just do all sort of terrible things. I don't want that for my cousin.
Not every man is like that. Not every man. So you want me to marry a white man or an African man?
Yeah, I would suggest that. Marry an African or a white man.
Never am I going to marry an Oyibo man. For what? So that one day I'm sleeping and somebody just come and slaughter me. Or if not that, one day he come and say, honey, I'm not in love anymore. I want a divorce. Or worse, they don't shower. Hey, Abby, I'm not going to make love to a man who does not shower. It's not in my memorandum. Another thing, let me tell you something. African men, African men, they want women to cook Monday to Monday. I do double at work. I come home, I do double. Never. I am in America. Let me tell you something. Some of these African men here in America, guess what they do? They tell us, America is favoring women. Just because they are used to African continent favoring men. Some of them cannot handle it. And guess what they do? They make women punching bags. I am not going to be anybody's punching bag.
I see where your problem is. You watch a lot of movies. So that is why you think every white man will want to slaughter you in his sleep or say, no, I don't love you anymore, I want a divorce, or doesn't take a shower. And you watch a lot of African movies. That is why you feel every African man will treat you that same way. No. I'm an African man. I cook. You enjoy my meal. You eat from it. I clean the house. Come on. Even if, you see, I treat my home well.
Okay, we are doing one thing. Not all men are the same.
Exactly.
So don't even generalize and stereotype on African American
So
men.
why were you calling the white man Oyibo?
And why are you defending the white man?
So why are you defending the African American?
Thank you very much. Since when I discovered that African Americans and Africans are connected, we share the same DNA, we share the same ancestor. I mean, we have all been oppressed by white supremacy, colonialism, slavery, and here we are in America, and we are still dividing each other and dividing ourselves. You know, what I realize is that I've come all the way from Africa, and instead of me joining with my African American sisters and brothers, some of my Africans are telling me not to do that. Why? We are the same. We are brothers and sisters.
So you're telling me that some way, somehow, I'm related to Obama?
Hey, you didn't know. It could be 90%. Go and do your DNA.
I knew it. Ajay is my guy. But anyways, I see where you're coming from.
You understand?
I understand. It simply means that all this while, in this same part of the world, we've all been like reunited, but we just didn't see it.
No, right now, if I tell you the truth, you could be walking down the street and you are passing your relative. You didn't know your African American relative. But if you take time, that's why I'm suggesting we need to have a big family reunion. African and African American together. We dancing, we singing, we eating our jollof rice and sharing our stories, our culture, our way of life, knowing each other deeply, our struggles, respecting each other's journey. Do you know if we do that and we know each other better and we come together, nobody will defeat us. I mean, we will own nations. Guess what? They will come to us asking for aid. We will be superpower. I'm telling you, there is one thing if we realize, and we can only realize it by opening up our minds. I always tell my friends, you will let your blessing pass because you have a closed mind. Open your mind. You know what Malcolm X said? Who taught you to hate yourself?
Now that's deep.
It's deep.
Who taught you how to hate yourself?
Who taught you how? Or who taught you to hate yourself? It's deep,
It's very deep. Anyways, you have a point. But I mean, just make sure you have a good man. That's very important.
I dey pray. Oh.
Be it African American, be it white, be it African, be it.
Yes, my mind is open.
I like the idea of we coming together because it will end the war between Nigerian jollof and Ghanaian jollof rice. That's my whole favorite.
I didn't know there was a war. Hey.
There was.
There was.
And we are back. Saseni, mpo. All right.
That
we're
was
back.
funny.
We're back. We're back. I like that video because it's for me. I don't look at the message behind it because it's a skit. It's more like comedy, and there's so much
Yes.
creativity in there, and that's what we look for when we interview creatives. So, Anna, how did you come up with that script, and who's your core actor on this
Who's
one?
my wife?
The core actor.
The guy you're acting with?
Yeah.
Oh, his name is Jedi.
Okay.
Jedi, and he's a friend of mine. He's from Nigeria, and
Okay.
little bit about my actually. You all know I'm poet, storyteller, actress, singer, songwriter. But comedy is the hat that I wear that I just got. I just got this hat. It's the last hat that I got, mainly because I think it was in 2015 or 2016. I'm not even so sure. It was before we did our last election and Hillary and Trump.
Right.
So I had gone to perform at the office of the DNC, the Democratic National Office, and
Right.
there were a lot of immigrants. We actually had come from the White House. Obama was still president. So we had come from the White House. He had called a meeting for immigrants. It wasn't him, but one of his the people officials. So we went there, and from there we were like, okay, because when they are getting ready for elections, they try to get all the communities.
Right.
So after, like, okay, there is another faction at the DNC office. So I went there. The guy who was organizing it, his name is Sylvester. He knew that I'm a performing artist, so he said, before the meeting start, why don't you do a poem and like comedy, whatever you do. So what I did was I did my usually it's a poem called it has two titles. It has Don't Make Me Change, and it also has another title which is I can't even my poem. Yeah, Don't Make Me Change. Yeah, I call it Don't Make Me Change on the CD. So anyway, I said, and whenever I do, or bring in the flavor, and whenever I do this poem, I always try to give a story.
Right.
So I was giving a story about how, as an immigrant, when I came to this country and I saw the roads, wow, I was shocked. Because the way you look left, you look right, then you run. Then here, I'm about to cross, and this lady say, "Man, you got to press the button." And I'm like, what? And then all of a sudden, I press the button, and I hear, "You may now use the walkway." And I say, "America, hey!" Even the road is talking. So when I did all that, then I did the poem. I didn't even, because I've done it before, many places. I performed at the Capitol Hill where they do I performed many places this poem. But this particular time, a guy was videotaping it.
Okay.
And it went viral on Facebook.
Oh.
I don't know if it went viral. I mean, it went viral. 2.4 million views. I mean, I was having text and messages, people texting me, who is this? I mean, Nigerians, because what happened was Sahara reporters took the clip and put it on their Facebook page, and that was it.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
everybody was like, "Oh,
That's
she's
a good size
great.
frame right there.
Yes. They were like, "Oh, she's great. She's a wonderful comedian." I never called myself a comedian by that time.
Okay.
I was just doing a story and then coming up with the
Right.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was like, "Oh, maybe I'm a comedian."
Oh, okay.
You
From
just
there on,
didn't
that's
know
when you
it.
like, oh, I have another one.
And back home when I was growing up, forget the time of now. But the people like when I was growing up, and even in our early 2000s, or being a comedian in Kenya wasn't seen as a very good thing. Like imagine,
No.
especially
Yeah.
those days, forget 2000s,
Yeah.
parents would be like, "What? You want to go and be what?"
Yeah.
They even had a word they used, like a cartoon, a clown.
Yeah, a clown.
So they didn't understand
Yeah.
that being a comedian is a
Yeah. I
profession
know
and it
our
pays
parents
a lot
always
of
thought
money.
about school first and then the other
Yeah.
Yes,
ones.
school,
So
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so when friends were telling me this, I knew I love to make people laugh. I've been making people laugh for a long time, but I never called myself a comedian
Mhm.
because I just probably didn't even want that title.
Right.
So when after this thing went viral
You are like,
and
oh, I
people were
have another
calling
one in the
me,
bag.
people were inviting me, people were
You're
telling me
like, I have more.
Yeah.
here, and I mean, it grew. Everything just grew.
Yeah.
That's actually that helped me to have my one woman play, which
Oh,
has
nice.
really been very good
Mhm.
because I perform in California and different places. So anyway, so when I got to that point, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna be a comedian. And so I started meeting other comedians in
Okay.
DC, Maryland, and Virginia, like
Okay.
now JD, because now for you to really know you're a comedian, you got to
Yeah.
get your
Oh,
feet
yeah.
wet. So you
Yeah,
gotta
people
go
have
Definitely.
to
do
laugh. Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta go do stand-ups, and they are not
And
easy. I can tell
yeah, stand-ups are the ones I fear most if I was a
yes,
comedian,
yeah,
because
they are not easy.
trying to stand there and make people laugh is really hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can honestly say to be an actress, to be a singer, to be a poet, storyteller is easy, but the hardest is to be a comedian.
Yes. Yes.
Comedian, that's
Definitely.
the hardest
Yeah.
performing art
Yes.
skill.
Yeah.
Not because the fact that people expect you to
To
make
make
them laugh,
right.
and if
Right.
you don't make them laugh, you're
They
not
boo
good.
you.
So you can imagine you've
Yeah.
practiced, you've done
Expectations.
everything,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you come home and you just feel bad because they
Yeah.
didn't laugh, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So it's not like singing. Singing, you make people
Yeah.
happy.
And you know there are also good comedians that have bad nights. Because
Yes,
you
all
can go
Yes.
and the
not
crowd is
not
different.
good
Yeah.
comedians.
Yeah.
All comedians have
Oh,
bad nights.
oh. So that's my, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing I fear most about being a
yeah,
comedian. Yeah.
yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
I decided to do the skit because I realized, we, especially Africans and African Americans, sometimes we are so. I had to bridge that gap because we always look at each other under a microscope and
Right.
try to
Yes.
try to
Yeah.
stereotype each other. And
Mhm.
We
I
really
tell
do.
yes, and I tell Africans, if once you get to America, your forehead does not say sub-Saharan African.
No.
You are black.
No.
Yes.
Period.
It's
Yes.
Eh?
black.
Yeah, you're
Period.
at point blank.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
instead of us now, like trying to fight each
Hmm.
other or to stereotype each other or
Yeah.
being
Right.
negative, let's
Yeah.
work
You have
together. So
you
the
Right.
have
whole
dark
thing,
skin, you're black.
yes,
Period.
yeah, yeah.
And
The
people
whole
don't
thing is
realize that being a creative is taking other people's thoughts and
yeah,
emphasizing them using their art. It's
uh-huh.
not that when an
Right.
artist does something like this, they're trying to clown other people.
No,
No, it's just
no,
how
no.
other
No.
people think, and then we try to
Yeah.
act it
Yes. You
out,
yeah,
and
you're just
it sends
interpreting yeah, somebody's idea or
sending
somebody's
that
thoughts
message,
pretty
and
much.
that's why
And
comedians are so unique.
yes, and artists are teachers, comedians are teachers, and also we try to speak things that the mass,
Mhm.
knows about it,
Scared
but
to say.
Yeah.
very scared of talking about. That's
Exactly.
why
Yeah.
comedian now comes in because we don't care. We'll
Yes.
talk about it because guess what? We know you know about it, so we just trying to help you get this message across. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Eve, I think we have some comments you may want to read. Uh,
Mhm.
we got a
Let me
couple funny
see.
ones, so let's see who's.
Oh yeah, the funny ones.
Uh,
Somebody was asking if you sing in Swahili.
Yes, I do. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
and I
know
think
that
we
one.
have
You
something
do.
for that. We have something in Swahili,
Yes, then
actually.
somebody said, no entanglements with men who don't shower. I'm for that.
We should all
Then
shower, men. We should all shower, regardless of where we
well,
come
you
from.
should. Right. So Pablo wants to know if you have reached out to comedians back home, like Heartstrings, to mentor them, etc. I think he missed it, but I think you say you were actually one of the founding members of
Yes,
Heartstrings.
yes, yes. I was
Yes.
one of the founding members of Heartstring. We had a wonderful director who also passed away. His name was Erastus Owori. Actually, is the one who started the group with Sam Mwangi. So I mean, when I go back, which I wanted to go back this year to Kenya, lakini COVID na nini.
COVID,
When I go back
COVID.
together, I always or to Kenya. I always try to go back to Kenya, either the National Theatre
Right.
or just figure out what's going on with Heartstrings. But to have actually mentoring, I would love to mentor. So hopefully the next time I go, we can be able to work that out, because I still connect with them. I connect with Victor, with Waudo, with Sam, and other people who are also in the industry. And even I laugh when I had that, Churchill has blown up. I used to tell people, Churchill found me at the theater. I remember when I used to laugh at him. I used to say, Nivi, my trouser gani unavaa hivi? He used to wear those tight pants, and then at the end they used to pull me tight, set me free. You're from Shamba.
Right.
It's called
So
a pipe.
I mean, I think also they're coming a long way. There's a good stuff coming from Kenya in terms of comedy.
Comedic.
I would love to work with Kenyans back home when I go back. Yeah.
I actually went to Kenya theater, but very briefly. Before I came to the U.S., I actually did a play with Kina Jimmy Gatto. We did a play with Tony Njuguna from Ridiculous. We did a couple plays there, and then I ended up coming to the U.S. But I thought if I followed that, I would have probably ended up in the art world in Kenya. Kenya theater has actually helped a lot of people.
Yeah, it has.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
It has really helped a lot of people. Yeah.
But I guess my acting wasn't very good, so I turned into.
You had to find a day to.
I had to turn myself into music, which is what I love to do now. So.
There's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to find what you're good at. Yes.
You may think
you
you know
find what
this,
you
but
like to do,
on the road you find out, I'm even better in this, and that's how that's how I think creatives find
Acting takes
themselves.
guts.
Acting takes a lot of guts.
You have to love it. Everything you have to love. If you don't love, even if you don't love acting, you won't be successful in it. You have to.
That's true.
You have to love what you do.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I used to love acting, but my only fear was forgetting my lines and forgetting my cue. Those were the two.
Yeah.
But
once you get comfortable enough, you learn to improvise. People forget lines.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, people do. You just have to act like, because the trick we used to be told when we were performing is that nobody knows what lines come next.
Yeah.
So they are just listening. So
nobody knows.
Keep going. Don't get like, I have to go. No, hakuna mtu amejua umeruka line. Yeah.
Hakuna mtu anajua.
Pablo anasema nini hapo?
Pablo says that. Pablo says he wants to know if you used to be a comedian.
I used to be. I am. Pablo
is late. Pablo is late.
Pablo's very late.
Pablo, I am a comedian.
I think Pablo's not paying attention.
Yeah, I am a comedian, but when I started in Kenya, I did not start as a comedian. I became a comedian here in the US.
Yeah.
But when I was in Kenya, I did a lot of skits. Those plays we used to do for Heartstrings Ensemble, they were called farces. So they were comedy, but with something like a story or something behind it.
Yes.
That's why Heartstrings used to fill up like this, because we used to just make people laugh. It was fun. Yeah.
You want us to jump onto the next video? And then
yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yes, we can absolutely do that.
So we've already listened to your spoken word. We've listened to your comedy. You also sing.
Yes.
So now we're going to hear a song that you did, and this song is called "Women of the World." We'll listen to it, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
And this one is the only song that has a video, so you can show the video.
Yeah, I'm actually playing the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I love the video actually. So.
Thank you. Yeah.
This one is dedicated to all the women in the world, women in North America,
be abused, accused, humiliated, and despised. Yet women of Africa and women of the world have evolved and transcended despite their hardship. They have survived inequalities, disintegration, physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. Women of Africa have survived carrying firewood on their heads, bags of food on their backs, a child on their breast, all at the same time. Walking to the market, talking to themselves, for their voices were not to be heard, but still we rise. Hey!
And we are back, we are back, we are back, we are back. Sorry for the little loop, but I guess that song was so good I had to replay it a little bit. I hope you guys
Oh,
enjoyed
really?
it. Just a little
It
bit. It
really
did a
is.
little loop.
Mm-hmm.
Karibuni back, and we are back with Anna. And we just listened to her one song that has a video to it. And the song title is Women of the World. Anna, what is the message behind the song Women of the World, and how did you come up with the idea?
Well, I mean, number one, women, I always tell people, and not that I don't love my men, our men, is that women, we hold half of the sky, more than half of the sky, you know?
Yes.
We do.
And I think about, I had the pleasure of performing for Wangari Maathai. I've had the pleasure of performing or seeing Maya Angelou, and also, and just to know the stories of these women, the journey that they have taken in their lives from being subjected to a lot of, as you call, you know, issues just because they are a woman, and how far they have traveled to where they are and accomplished so much.
Right.
That Wangari Maathai, I mean, she made sure we had how many trees planted? Over 30 billion
man.
trees.
Yeah, that
Yes,
woman
I mean,
was-
Yeah,
think
she
that
had so many.
yeah, I mean, she changed Kenya to a better Kenya.
Yeah.
And then not only that, Africa,
And
the
even
thing-
with all the politics, she still
Yes.
kept going at it. She
Yeah,
never
so
stopped.
when I think of Wangari Maathai, when I think of my grandmother who went through a hardship just because she could not, you know, it was hard at that time for her to bear children. And when she bear children, some died. And then, you know, all the stigma about, you know,
Yes.
girl child, we want boy child, whatever that they call. We
Mhm.
women have gone through so much, and
Very
we are
Yes.
still going through so much. And thank God
Yes.
that now we are being respected all over the world, because now many people who did not respect women, maybe because of culture or tradition, see the importance of not only women entrepreneurs but women leaders, you know. And so
Right.
for me, when I say in the poem, to educate a woman is to educate the whole nation, because it
Yes.
takes a
Yes.
home to build a nation. And
Yes.
who are
That's
the
true.
people who are mostly with children? It's mothers, you see.
It's
We are the
mothers. Yeah.
ones. We are the ones you can call. We feed, we
Mhm.
clothe, we breastfeed, we carry the
Yeah.
pregnancy. So for us, I think women need to be not only they. I don't even think that we need to fight for our rights. People just need to accept.
Yes.
We need to
Except we're
give-
here
we
to
need-
stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That not only are we here to stay,
Yes.
that we are basically holding the torch.
Yes,
And if
definitely.
women today say we're not doing anything, I don't
Yeah.
think the world will work right. You see.
That's
So
definitely
I honor my grandmothers. I honor my mother, because she went through a lot. Just what she was telling me the other day, that when she was, I think, doing her KCSE, I think there were only 5 girls in a class of men.
Oh,
You
wow.
understand? When she was taking
Oh
her
wow.
4 exam. You
That's
can
very
imagine how,
inspirational. Yeah.
yeah, you can imagine how far
Yeah.
we've come, eh? So we have to respect our women. We have to honor them. We
Yes.
have to eat, and women ourselves, we need to assist each other, support each other.
Yes. Yes. Women have to do that.
Yeah, and bring each other
Yeah.
up instead of tearing each other down. And so, and
Right.
also teach the girl child and the boy child the
Yes.
importance of equal rights. So that's
Definitely.
why
Right.
I was doing this song. Yeah.
It's a beautiful
I know
song.
for sure that this coming election, women will take up 53% of the voters.
Where are we? Where are we
Yes.
talking about? Elections in Kenya or America?
Elections here. Elections here.
Yeah.
We have
Elections in America.
53% of women voters, and I know
Yeah,
you're gonna
I'm
make a
really, I'm
change.
really upset about the elections because I just moved across states. I'm not allowed to vote.
Ah,
Oh,
you need to
wow.
re-register.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so I'm
What?
not. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I have to. I can't vote this election
That's
because I
Unless you.
just moved.
there has to
Mm,
be a
Yeah, I'm
way.
not a resident here.
yeah,
No,
not
I'm not
you.
a resident here.
Then
Hmm.
do absentee voting. You don't have to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably have
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Sign up for absentee.
From where you were before, yes, you
Yeah.
can just do
Because they'll
absentee.
definitely
right.
send you your ballot wherever you are, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
You know how much I waited to be able to vote,
But yeah.
yeah, so you
but
Wow.
now
don't
I
yeah
can't
you can
even
you
vote.
cannot afford to miss to
I
vote.
remember. I remember. Guess what? I remember, and this is how deep. I mean, for me, I'm not one of those people who will be like, I don't even know how to interpret the word feminist. Because for
Right.
me, I respect both.
Yes.
I respect both genders. I believe that women are as powerful as men. I believe that. So
Yes.
I
Me
don't feel like
too.
I need to fight for it. I am. Basically, it is.
Yes.
So, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I knew that I was passionate about me being a woman, me being a girl child. When I was able to vote in Kenya, the first time I think I voted for a woman. I voted for, I think it was Charity Ngilu.
Yay.
Yes.
You know, but you know what? Somebody said something about that. They're like, just because I'm a woman and you're a woman, don't feel entitled to my vote
Mhm.
because just because you're a woman, it doesn't mean that you're able to do your
Yes,
job
you're right. Hmm.
or you're able to perform the right
Yeah.
way or
Hmm.
you're going to meet my expectations.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
But if a woman
I
is
was looking at that.
able and does
Yes.
seem to be able to do a better job than a man, go for
Yeah,
it.
but they were talking about I think they were talking about what was her name? Kamali Harris?
Kamala
Kamala
Harris,
Harris,
yeah.
Kamala, that
Kamala,
one, yeah.
Kamala Harris,
Kamala.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, people were saying like she won't get the black
Wewe
vote
na
first of all,
twang
and she
Kamala
won't
Kamala.
Yeah,
Kamala.
yeah, Kamala Harris. That's what she said.
Wanitafuta sana, utanikuta kule kwenye nitafuta utanikuta.
I had to put
But
Anyway,
that
it's
one in
true.
there to make sure that
Uh-huh.
they didn't pass. Kuna
Even
kila mtu
even
so
when
amesikia, kila mtu
yeah,
amesikia. Okay.
wamekosa.
even
Yeah, kuna mtu amesema.
yeah, even when it came to Clinton, Hillary
Mhm.
Clinton, a lot of women were not voting for Hillary Clinton because she's a woman, and
Yes.
that's the people misinterpret our vote. They think we just vote to vote. No,
Yeah,
we have to get
No.
educated. We have to know what
Yes, but you
inequality.
know what?
definitely.
Yes.
I think when it comes to Hillary, people were not able to separate her from her husband.
Yeah, it was that, but I mean,
That too, yeah.
yeah,
So
if
people
you
were
think.
not able to separate Hillary as a president from her husband's
Yeah.
presidency. So people were also comparing that to then all these scandals. It was just a mess.
But
Then
also
I
because
think
of
the
the
propaganda,
policies that
yeah,
mhm.
it wasn't
it's the
propaganda.
proper.
It
Huh?
was not propaganda. I forget that. I mean, people were educated. People knew, like, and a good example when a lot of Africans were not happy with the fact that how Libya went, but she
That's
was the one
definitely, yeah,
who was more about
Yeah,
destroy Libya.
yeah.
Get Gaddafi
yeah,
off, and
yeah. She
so.
was a bit too extreme. Yeah.
Yes, so people knew her policies and people dig deeper and
Mhm.
realize no, this is
Yeah,
not what they want. So
yeah,
it's all about that we even as women we need to do our research, which we do. Before we
Yes.
vote for somebody, we have to dig deeper and
Yeah, that's
find
what I'm
out.
saying. Yeah, just because, yeah, yep,
Yeah,
just that's what I'm saying. Just because you're a woman and I'm a woman, they'll feel entitled to my support, you know?
that's true.
yeah,
It doesn't mean like we match the same values
yes,
or we're the same. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't mean to
Mm-hmm.
cut the politics. It's a very
Yeah,
good and very interesting topics.
yeah.
But we have to go on to the next video.
Okay.
So now we've listened to your spoken word, we've listened
Mhm.
to your comedy, we've also listened to your music, and
Yes,
now uh, let's watch a performance. I think this was, I call it Afro Poetry, when you
yes,
did the
and this.
cover for the mushrooms.
Yes, and this was a really powerful, and if I can speak a little bit about it before we do the show.
Okay.
Uh,
Absolutely.
once I came to the US and I realized that I really wanted to continue with my career as an artist, then I had to find a niche and find my own niche in terms of what works for me, what will be received well, and that's why I realized I need to focus on Afrobeat music because
Right.
that's what I know. Afrobeat culture, Afrobeat, if you may call it spoken word,
Right.
acting, and everything. And I kind of saying this to encourage anyone who's out here trying to be somebody else instead
Right.
of being themselves,
Right.
because I think this just me taking the opportunity and telling myself that I found my own niche, which is my African culture, and I'm going to explore that,
Right.
gave me this opportunity because this was a contract that I was able to get it. I was paid around over $40,000
Oh
to
wow.
be,
Okay.
yes, to go through my work
That's pretty
to
good.
as a performer
Yeah.
through the Smithsonian Museum of African Art. There was
Oh, that's really cool.
there was a program that they actually the what you call it, Iman or the Sultan of what's this country? I forget his name. It'll come to me. Basically, they got the Smithsonian Museum of African Art got a contract, no, a grant from Sultan Qaboos. Sultan
Okay.
Qaboos is a
Okay. To
community,
have the
that's a
performance there.
community from what's this place? Yeah, I forget. I'll find Oman.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
I think the king or the prince of Oman gave the Sultan Qaboos. They worked together, but gave the Smithsonian a grant of $1 million or something.
Oh, okay.
So when they were given that grant, the grant was to show a connection between the Oman and the Indian East African coast.
Okay.
So
Right.
the project was called Connecting the Gems of East Africa, connecting the gems of the Indian Ocean from Oman to East Africa.
Oh,
Oh,
So
okay.
that's really
that,
cool.
so with that they needed different artists. So I was the artist that was
So,
chosen
okay.
to showcase the culture of Taarab.
Oh,
So
nice.
with that, so with me showcasing the culture of Taarab, what ended up, what I did was I hired other musicians to help me to build this orchestra. So we had like my band had like uh, um, nine artists. There was
Okay.
a cello player, there was guitar, all that stuff. And for a period of January till when we did the show, which was 6 months, we took 6 months. We used to practice every day because I had to get all the Taarab music,
Right.
and that's why I had mushrooms and
Okay.
other like
To get all the lyrics right. Yeah.
and Biki Dude, the famous Biki Dude, all the songs from different East African Taarab artists. And,
Oh, nice.
and then we used to practice, and I used to make sure they get paid for every practice,
Yeah.
get paid for every show.
Right.
And we did like 3 shows, at the
Nice.
Smithsonian Museum of African Art. Then I did a workshop, and the workshop was to educate the youth about Swahili culture. And then I had the pleasure of performing for, I don't know if I think you all know the famous celebrity Felicia Rashad.
I
Felicia
do.
Rashad. Yes, so I did a
Nice.
show I performed for her during one of those extravaganza kind of dinners
Oh, okay. All
at
right.
the Smithsonian Museum of African Art. So my thing is to tell the audience or people who love art and love showcasing who they are as Africans
Yes.
or as
Right.
Americans to keep on that track, because there is
Definitely.
something for everyone.
Yeah.
If you try to become like Jay-Z, they already have Jay-Z. If you try to become like Beyonce, they already have
Right.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
But be Anna, be
Yeah.
Eve,
Be you.
be you. And when
Be
you
what you know. Yeah.
and it opens doors for you. So I've been
Yes.
able to open for Huma Sekela here in DC. I've been able to
Nice.
perform with Oliver Mtukuti.
Oh,
I've been
that's really
able to
cool.
perform for
And
Forrest Whitaker,
those are legends. Yeah.
all these
Those are
famous
legends.
actors and actresses and legends. I have big posters saying Anna Mwalagho performing with Huma Sekela. And these are things I never dreamt about. And then they come to reality only
Yeah.
because I chose to do spoken Afrobeat. So my
Yeah.
music is Afrobeat with spoken word,
Yeah.
or my music, my performances are all African,
Yeah.
talking about the African culture. So I want to encourage people because this song that you're going to play or this performance they're going to see is part of that grant. And there were many people, different people who got money through that grant. But
that's good.
Yeah. If I was trying to be somebody else, I'd have missed that. I would not have gotten that opportunity.
No.
Yeah.
So let's play this one and then come back and talk more about it, because I know there's a lot behind the show and
Yes.
and everything that you did on this. So Mushrooms cover. Let's listen to the song and then come back.
We succeed here because black people cleared the way for us. Now I hear that my African brothers are complaining, saying that their black brothers are taking all their African women. I mean, seriously, what do you expect? If you come to bed like you're going to go, in your birthday suit, sex is not bicycle, You just don't jump on it, ride on it.
Let me run that. It's not gonna. All right, we are back on Zoom. So, Poleni guys, we do apologize for the mishap.
Yeah, you do have
We
that.
put the wrong video on the wrong section. But
They would have enjoyed that. It was a full band.
yeah, I'll definitely find a place to edit it and put it on this, because we're gonna do some replays. We're gonna do some
Okay.
replays. Yeah, I should have checked that when I
Yes.
finished editing. But for now, let's play a song that you did for the kids,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
come
and
back.
I will talk about that after too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Yes,
let's
yes.
listen to this one first.
Watoto wote wacheze cheze, watoto wote wacheze, wacheze cheze, wacheze cheze,
Okay.
And we are back on Zoom. All right, so we do apologize for not being able to play the song, the Tarabu song, but I'm gonna add it to this interview after the fact. That way, at least you guys can get
Right.
Yeah.
the Afro poetry
Sure.
of a cover
Yes.
that she sang. But
Mm-hmm.
the one that I played, Watoto Water, that is a kid's song, right?
Yes.
That is like Baby Shark of Kenya or something like that.
I like that. It
Can
comes
you,
from this CD. It
yeah, can
comes
you
from
tell us more about it? Yes.
Yeah, it comes from this CD, and as you can say, my first CD was called Ukweli,
Hmm.
and I was trying
Mm-hmm.
to look for the cover. I don't know where it is. I have to find that one. And then my second CD is Shukrani, no Haki, and
Hmm.
then my third CD is Shukrani. So Shukrani was inspired by the birth of my son,
Hmm.
and that's why I call it Shukrani. And I
Mm-hmm.
decided to do all the songs in Swahili. And these are the songs like when me, I'll take my son for a walk, I'll be finding myself composing songs
Hmm.
and I would record them. I was like, oh, let me record this, let me record. So I record all these songs that I just composed when I was breastfeeding my child,
Right.
walking around, all
Hmm.
this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So I wanted to do the songs in Swahili because of course I love my culture
Hmm.
and my language. But secondly, I also wanted him to learn my our Swahili. And the thing about this is again, when you are a creative person and you go against the grain and
Right.
not do what other people
Yes.
do, you end up being blessed by whatever you create. Because this CD actually made it to the first round of the Grammys
Oh,
2018. Yeah,
nice.
2017.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, and children's section. And it was a friend of mine who said, "Hey, why don't you send your CD? You never know what will happen." And I
Hmm.
sent it, and I found that I made it to at least the first round of the Grammys 2017.
Hmm.
I was very excited. So and this CD has really blessed me because a lot of people buy it. Sometimes I can just get people. I find, oh, you have money on your in your bank account because
Oh,
a
nice.
CD Baby sent you money through because
Yeah.
they are the ones selling, they are the ones
Yeah.
distributing my CD.
Mm.
So for me, I believe that I did it because I was inspired. I thank God, number one, that's why it's called Shukrani.
Okay.
And then
Mm-hmm.
secondly, I was inspired by the birth of my child. Why should I sing baby sharks? Doo 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 doo. Why should I?
Right.
Well, I can make my own Swahili song that my son will love.
That's
And
true.
even now with my
Mm.
Swahili classes through my company, Swahili Alisi, I teach the kids the songs, these songs. I
Mhm.
don't teach them any other songs but these songs. So my city also has become a class. So
Okay.
in other
Oh,
ways,
that's really cool.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
In other ways,
Mm-hmm.
like Oprah
Uh,
said,
okay. Are they teaching
make
it
your
here or
story
are
at
they
home.
teaching it in Kenya?
They're teaching it here,
Okay. All
and
right.
yeah, they're teaching it here. But when
That's
I get
really
an
cool.
opportunity to go to Kenya, I would
Mm.
love to distribute it to some of the schools too. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
really
That's
cool.
a really
Yeah.
good idea. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Oh wow.
So, through your pieces of art, do you think that you base your creativity off your experiences in life and your
Uh,
surrounding or your environment?
everything. I base it to
Right.
my experiences in life, my
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
surrounding, my environment, and also the news, what's going on around the world.
Right.
Like when I wrote
Right.
about bloodshed, it's because of what is going on around the world. So
Hmm.
it's everything. I believe that that's why I say
Mm-hmm.
artists are very emotional and people because we take
Yes.
everything to heart.
Right.
Something we
Yes.
see on
Yes.
TV, it's
Hmm.
personal because we know that we have to share it in some or the other. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
anything that will touch my heart, I try to see
Hmm.
how I can be able to share it with the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah,
That's really good.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Sharing the
yeah.
message and being a
Yes,
messenger.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a median.
yeah, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and I thank God for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back to a question I wanted to ask you before.
Uh-huh.
So, I think you said the key, one of the things that pushes you is educating people on the African culture.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, and I was asking if you've seen Beyonce's thing. So the reason I was asking you that is because I was reading some comments online and
Mm-hmm.
somebody said that African Americans, they go to Africa, spend a few weeks there, a month or two, whatever, read a few books and start wearing kente or vitenges,
Mm-hmm.
and now they assume they know our culture.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that statement?
Well, I don't don't know. Some people just take, for me, Eve and John, you cannot learn a new culture in one day, even
True.
in 10
Exactly.
Yeah.
weeks, even in two
Nobody's
years.
that good. Nobody's that
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It takes
Yeah.
you being immersed in the people. You have to live
Mhm.
there for some time. You
Right.
have to
Yes.
learn. Yeah, you just don't go for 3 weeks and 4 weeks
Right.
and say, okay, now I know all the African culture. And I don't think Beyonce says that, or Jay-Z, or
No.
whoever goes, or Cardi B.
Yeah.
Cardi B went to, I don't know, Nigeria.
Oh my God. I don't even want to
Nice.
think about that. That was
Yeah.
Yes, she went
horrible.
there.
Hope
She
she
didn't
didn't
come
say
back
she was.
saying, hey, now I know all the culture.
No.
No,
Yeah.
but I
Right.
think so. I don't think that is it's an untrue statement, because I don't think these celebrities go out saying that.
Yeah.
But I think there's no problem with you going to
Mhm.
Kenya or Tanzania or
Right.
Ghana and wearing a kente cloth. There's no
Yeah.
problem with
There's
When you
that.
go
no,
to
yeah.
Rome,
There's
yeah.
But
nothing wrong with that.
I'll say
Yeah.
thank you, because you are marketing our products, and it's high
That's
time.
what I say too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's high
So,
time that we market our
mhm.
products. Yeah.
It's
So
just
it's
Then
like the
not.
somebody
movie
else said,
Wakanda. They did a good job in marketing their
yeah,
stuff. Some
Yes,
of it.
yes.
Wakanda was horrible, but I'm only saying it was horrible just because I'm a
Black,
comic fan. So the
Black
story
Oh,
wasn't
Panther.
right for me. But
what?
then
You didn't like Black
somebody else
Panther?
said,
Uh-huh.
no, no,
I loved
I
it.
love comics. I love comics. Like comics are
There's
life.
maybe
Anyone that knows me
maybe
knows
the
I
second
watch
one
a
is gonna be.
Batman every day
Uh-huh.
for fun. But somebody said that a lot of people use African culture
Mm-hmm.
for to look popular or cool or
Mm-hmm.
to be accepted and especially right now, so everybody is trying to be done with the movement,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden everyone is being so pro-African, and just in the comment section, just because of this Beyonce's thing that came out. She knows how to start a conversation. She does. Yeah, and somebody was saying that a lot of people take advantage of African culture and
Mm-hmm.
they use it to whatever gain, but they don't really care for Africa.
It could be true. And I mean, let's think about, and let's go there. Let's talk about white people. I mean, why,
Let's
Let
talk
me get my
about
coffee.
white people, not
We're
all.
here. Let's
Yeah,
talk. Let's talk about it
yeah,
since we're
white
here.
people, not all of them, but white people who are musicians, some of them
Hmm.
have used African songs for their own good,
definitely. Yeah.
Right.
and made a killing out of it. I mean,
Shakira, you
seriously.
hear that?
Yeah, and and we don't say, hey, you shouldn't play our music. We let
Right.
them, okay?
Yeah.
So when
Yes.
one of us does that, why do we get so offended and we
Right.
let other people who, if we already
Yeah.
speak about race, they have nothing to do with our culture, because at least
Right.
African Americans, they have kind of,
Hmm.
we share, I always say we share ancestry. But
Yes.
white people, they we don't share
Yeah.
kind of us. But
You
Right.
we,
know
They just
what?
take the material.
Last week we had Fanaka, and Fanaka is what I would call a Blasian.
yeah, yes,
Fanaka is black and Asian.
yes. Uh-huh.
So somebody say this to me in conversation. He seems like he does some cultural appropriation,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, you were not paying attention. He's black and Asian.
Yes,
He can
yes,
be Asian and black at the same
At the
same
same
time.
time,
time, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, at the same time, he doesn't have to pick one side just because
No,
he's black and
yeah,
Asian at the same time.
yeah.
Because if you look at Fanaka, he looks Asian on the outside, but
Yeah.
deep inside he says he's
He's
black.
he's Kenyan. He's Kenyan
And
down.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
was telling him that I came up with a term for him. He's Blasian.
Like me, I'm black Latino, so
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I
I
mean,
have to
and I mean,
I have to
I
act like both
forgot
at the
you.
same time.
What
You
was
know?
Mhm.
the direct question you were asking was, is it okay? So I think is one thing I would say is that to go to a country or a continent and
Mhm.
you and borrow the culture is not bad if you're going to use it positively,
Right.
but
Yes,
if you're
and
going to
give
use,
credit.
yes, yes, and give credit, exactly.
Right,
But if you're going to use something in a negative way to call,
right.
Africans this or that, then
Hmm.
we have a problem. But we can't really, and then and then us also as Africans, we need to be proud of our culture. You understand? We
Yes,
need to be proud
yes.
of our music. I love Diamond. I love I don't know. There are so many musicians in Africa, and I am so
Alikiba,
excited.
yeah.
Alikiba, and I'm so excited that they are now playing their music here on the U.S. radio stations. You know,
Right. Burna
like
Boy, people,
Right.
Nigerians,
yeah,
yeah.
Burna Boy and
Yeah,
all that.
Burna Boy.
I
Yeah.
can't
Davido,
wait for
yeah.
the day they'll play Diamond on Kiss 100. I will be on the moon just
Yeah.
to hearing a Swahili song on a
Yes.
African radio
Yeah.
station. It blessed my
Right.
heart. So even us, we now to advocate
Yeah.
for them to play our music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
definitely true.
Right.
And also the artists, I always tell them this: try
Sorry,
and put your
guys.
music international. If you
Mm-hmm.
have somebody that can set you up with an account like Baby CD Baby,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
DistroKid to have your music distributed
Right.
here internationally, it does help a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. 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 Pablo wants to know if you've ever worked with Kenyan artists, or do you plan to work with artists in Kenya?
Actually, and that's a very good thing. Pablo, thank you for that. As a composer, I have so many songs. I have written so many songs. Some of them are just in my recorder. I'm like, I can't play this, but if I can find some young person to play this, that would be good. You know, I can give them this, or we can work together. So I would love to work together with Kenyan artists, because I believe that I have a lot of music that we can, maybe I need to set a record label. I don't know what this happened.
You don't know.
Yeah, but I definitely want to do that, because I really think that I have so much music, and I want to share
Mm-hmm.
my music out and to help other young.
Right.
I really want to work with other
Especially if you
young.
write, it can help a lot
Yes,
of
and I
artists.
write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you write, yeah. Somebody said somebody says Semi cubed. We call him Semi cubed because he has three Semis in his name. Somebody says Semi because your song is Women of the World. He needs to write a song for Men of the World.
Ooh,
Men of the world.
You're a
I don't
little
know
too
who's gonna
late for
sing
that,
that.
Sami. So.
Yeah.
A little bit too
Yeah,
late.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can play the next video now.
I think the one that we are playing is gonna be another comedy
Right.
because we missed the other one, the Tarabu.
Oh, is this the comedy about white people can dance?
No,
Oh, I love that
I
one.
think this
I was
one is
dying.
no, black men over African women. Do you remember that
Oh,
one?
Lordy.
Oh, okay. I think that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that
play
should
it
be
and then
nice. That
come
was
back.
funny too.
Yeah, let's play that and then come back and talk about it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All of them talk, all of them talk, all of them talk, 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 all of them.
We succeed here because black people cleared the way for us. Now I hear that my African brothers are complaining, saying that their black brothers are taking all their African women. I mean, seriously, what do you expect? If you come to bed like you're going to war, in your birthday suit, sex is not bicycle, eh? You just don't jump on it, ride on it. To use, ladies and gentlemen, what I call foreplay. You know what I mean? Play some Marvin Gaye, sing some song. Light a candle, cook some delicious meal. You can even sing in your bathroom voice. You are my African queen. I love my dreams. Oh, you remind me of a thing, and that is the African beauty. Oh, just let the poetry flow naturally. But now I hear that there are some Africans who don't want to be associated with being African. I have met some of them. I can tell what part of Africa they come from just by the shape of their heads. But if you ask them where they come from, oh, it's a whole nother life. Like one day I was at the mall. I saw this nice looking brother. I went to him and said, hey, you get so excited as an immigrant in a foreign land when you see your own people. So I approached him and I said, hey, my brother, fascinated about Africa. Some of them ask me some very weird questions. Like, Anna, so how did you get here? I said, what? How did you get to America? I said, oh, I took the lion. When I got to Heathrow, I took the zebra and I landed. Others asked me, say, oh, Anna, did you used to live on trees? I mean, do you have cars in Africa? I mean, did you used to listen to American music? I said, oh, yes. We listen to all kinds of music like Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie. I used to dance to this song. Oh, keep on to the post office. Oh, yeah. Come on to the post office. Why are you laughing? I say, Anna, it's not post office. I say, I mean, to understand when Lionel Richie sang, Jambo nipe sentimoja. Hey, jambo, jambo, jambo nipe sentimoja. See, the music is universal. Yeah. I might not have understood what they were saying, but as long as the beat was tight, it made my reading right. I tell them, I mean, what do you know about Makossa, Sukus, Lingala, Chakacha? Music that makes you dance until your ancestors rise from the grave. DJ, give me that song, please. Hey!
All right. I believe we watched most of that video, which was very, very funny.
Yes.
So before we close out, this is one of your tour, right, Anna?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you come about going on this tour and making these performances? What was
Yeah, that's now my new project is my one of my new projects. Sorry, hold on. One of my new project is now this play called Never Thought I Was Black Till I
Okay.
Came to America. It's
Okay.
a one-woman show. It's a play,
Mhm.
excuse me, that talks about, it's comedy, it's music, it's dance,
Mhm.
poetry, all together into a one-woman show.
Okay.
And this is really a story of an immigrant,
Mhm.
myself and any immigrant,
Mhm.
having to adapt to the to the American culture
Mhm.
and going through the stereotypes we deal with
Okay.
about ourselves and other cultures, and
Right.
also
Right.
bridging the gap between African and African Americans.
Mhm.
So it is very funny. It has
Yeah.
some laughs, it has
Yeah,
some
can see that.
seriousness.
Yeah.
And the reason how I ended up doing this, I actually, as I said, the number one trigger was my video going viral on Facebook.
Mhm.
After that,
Yes.
I decided, oh, I guess I'm a comedian.
Let
So
me go. Let me ride with
I
it.
You
went,
adapt to your circumstances.
I went and I auditioned for the Apollo Theater. The Apollo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, I
I
Oh, you
do.
actually with the Steve Harvey?
yeah, with Steve Harvey,
Yeah.
but they have two. They have one for TV,
Oh,
and then they
okay.
have one for the theater. The
Yeah.
one
Oh,
that
gotcha.
one is even more cruel.
Okay. Oh,
The
okay.
ones that Kina Dave Chappelle
Oh,
and
okay.
Kina Jamie Foxx have been booed at that one.
Oh, okay.
So I auditioned for
Yeah.
that one,
Uh-huh.
and I was feeling so good, like, yeah, I'm going in there, it's gonna be good. Boy, I was booed too. Yeah.
It
And
happens. It
but
happens to the
that
best of us.
yeah, but that right there, that experience of the Apollo,
Mhm.
I tell you, is the one that now propelled me to do,
Yeah.
like, I have to do this one woman play.
Yeah.
Because I just felt how, even in the 20th century, we
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
are not so educated about African culture,
Yeah.
African American culture,
Right.
and just our similarities are should be our strengths,
Yeah.
but you see that our differences are the ones that take more of a priority.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to bridge this gap. I really wanted to speak to you need to stop with the stereotyping.
Yeah.
You know, you need to do. And so the
Right.
whole play is so beautiful
Mhm.
because it shows my journey
Okay.
to come to
There's
America,
a
but
story
also
to it.
shows another woman, an African American journey,
Mm.
a woman who went to Africa for
Yes.
the first time.
Yeah.
So for me, I say I never thought I was black till I came to America.
Very
And
true.
she
Yes.
says,
Mm.
I never thought I was African till I went to Africa.
Oh,
And
nice.
then now they collide
Yeah.
and they keep the experiences. So
Nice.
for me, it's just a blessing because this one woman play, I've been able to take it to Auckland, and this is a very
Oh, okay.
wonderful theater in
Okay, I'm
Auckland. It's
actually
called,
in Sacramento, so I'm like an
oh,
hour and
okay.
a half away. So
Yeah,
next time you're in town, let me
performed
know. I'll come support, definitely.
I went and performed at the Auckland Museum Library. Oh, yeah, Auckland Museum.
Mhm.
And people really enjoyed it there.
Mhm.
And then I also been to Minnesota
Nice.
and performed through Fanaka's father. He invited me there,
Oh, nice.
and I hosted there.
Mm.
And Fanaka actually opened up, and I also took it to Atlanta to a friend of mine. And we were supposed to go to Texas, but we have to wait because of COVID.
Yeah.
And
COVID.
I have
If you come to Texas, yay, I'm here.
yeah, and I performed it at three play. I performed at the Atlas Theater here in DC, at the Black Box Theater in Silver Spring. And whenever I do this show, it is a full house.
Oh,
Like
nice.
it's packed.
Yeah.
And I also want to just give a big hand to all the Kenyans, like the lady in Atlanta who hosted me there, and Fanaka's father who hosted me in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Kenyans really came and supported me. So
Nice.
I thank Kenyans for, continue to support us artists because we
Yes.
definitely need your support.
I'm glad you
Definitely.
say that. Yeah.
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 And
Because a lot of
hopefully,
people say that we don't
hopefully
support
now,
each other.
yeah, we've been
But
able to
we
reach
need
out more
to.
people that didn't know
Yeah.
about you. That will
Yeah.
start looking
Right.
at your material and supporting.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you follow Anna Mwalagho on Facebook, on Twitter, on IG, and
YouTube too.
and YouTube.
Yeah.
She uses
I
the
can
same
give you
name, right?
all. I can give you my handles.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/Mama Africa Anna.
Eh,
Please,
Mama-
I can now let me take my Nigerian out.
Eh,
Please, support.
yes.
Don't be afraid.
Support. Yeah.
So on youtube.com/Mama Africa, you can go and subscribe. We're going to put more stuff there. Then on facebook.com/Mama Africa Anna. My personal Facebook, if you go under Anna Mwalagho, is full. So I just try to let people know, please subscribe
Just
to my
follow.
fan page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
follow.
Mama
Right.
Africa Anna. And then also on Instagram, you'll find me under Mama Africa
Yeah.
Anna. And what else is there?
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Mama Africa Anna or Anna Mwalagho. Even if you Google Anna Mwalagho, MWLAGHO, you'll come up.
Yeah.
You'll see many of my different
Definitely.
social media handles. And you can check my website, www.annamwalagho.com or www.neverthoughtiwasblack.com. And I also have a children's home that I have a nonprofit that I run from here. It's called Upendo
nice.
Educational Foundation.
Nice.
And
cool.
what it does, it helps a children's center in Madare slums or in Nairobi, and is a children's center that's called Upendo Rehabilitation Center. So right now, what we were trying to do is trying to get some funds so that they can be able to. We send our funds to them, to their principal, so that at least these kids can have at least a smartphone to do their reading through WhatsApp. Because especially standard 8 kids and standard 7 kids who are going through their final exams, they didn't even have, because nowadays they don't have online, It's not like they don't have
Everything
any
has to be
access to
No.
online.
No Zoom, no nothing. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
and
Wi-Fi.
Yes, and everything is virtual. So their principal, who is the head, is also part head of that children's center, was like, how can we help them? And I was like, okay, we can try by just maybe helping their parents to buy a smartphone, not as expensive, but a smartphone that can at least make them have access to WhatsApp. Then you have to send they buy the bundles, and then when their teachers now send stuff through WhatsApp, they can study. So I say you can check our website. Right now it's down, but if you email me at amwalagho.com or bookanna@gmail.com, I can tell you more about the nonprofit. But at the same time, if you have any questions, feel free to email or to reach me. You can reach me at those social media handles.
Yes, yeah.
And I just want to say thank you to Eve and thank you to John for really,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
so much.
that show was so interesting. We went over
Yeah,
and
this
we didn't
was
even
so
realize
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't even
good.
realize how fast the time goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
and
I want you to take one more question before you leave us.
okay,
Actually, two questions and one question.
okay.
So one question, do you self-produce?
Yes, I do self-produce in terms of like I create my own material. Then I
Mm-hmm.
can either work with the studio. I know there's this guy that I use his studio, and I go and work with him. So he helps me with the production. But of course, when it comes to executive producing,
Right.
then I also have to pay for it myself. And also, I wanted to say, I don't know if you know, like this CD and my first CD, we worked together with one of my friends of Jabali Africa, Victor
Oh,
Elolo,
cool.
and Victor Elolo helped me to produce this one. And then Jabali Africa helped me to produce my first CD called Ukweli. So sometimes I do partner with other people to produce,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps. Even this third one, I produced it with this studio called let me see. His name is Vincent Othieno, Bass Cliff Music Studios.
Oh,
So
okay.
I work with other producers to work and produce stuff. And also, I wanted to share with you, this is my DVD. Now, this DVD is of comedy and poetry. If in case you
Cool.
wanted to buy, you can actually buy my merchandise on my website. Just go to www.annamwalagho.com/shop and
Okay.
you'll get all my merchandise there.
Sasa ile
Oh,
40K
cool.
iliisha ama you're still bado
That
unafanya?
was when it was when
Tulikuwa nataka kutumiwa
that was,
fare.
remember when that was Kitambo. That was like 6-7 years ago.
Oh,
Ayo
I thought you're
Meisha.
still sharing, so
Mhm.
but anyways, it never hurts to ask.
Tunatafuta pesa, tunatafuta pesa mpya, tunatafuta
Unatafuta pesa mpya.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
You
Thank
had
you so
another
much for
question?
joining us today.
You had
Yes, the
another
last question was,
uh-huh.
you know how everyone is doing their shows online
Yes.
right now? Pablo wants to know if that's something that you're considering doing right now.
I am, but I want to know how people are doing them,
Mm-hmm.
because I just don't know. Should I just come up and fanye kasho kangu hivyo? I don't know. But right now, if you go to my Facebook page, I have done 2 shows on my on Facebook Live with my son.
Uh-huh.
My son
Okay.
is a musician. He's
Okay.
5, but he plays the drum set. He plays the
Oh,
djembe.
cool.
Yeah, so I've done 2
If
shows.
you
I
if
think
you if
John,
you're
you know
interested,
one.
yeah, if you're interested
Yeah.
in doing a show, let me know, and then
Mm-hmm.
I can lead you through it on how to make it.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh.
Smallz does that production part. I'm just the pretty face and I just show up.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thank you guys. I don't know. I'm open. You can have me ask me more questions.
I think
Yeah, I think that was the last
it's a
one.
time factor. It's a time
Yeah.
factor. We wanted to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah,
at
but
least
thank you
under
so much for
2 hours.
making
But
time for us in your
thank
busy
you.
schedule.
Yeah, we really
Annie, thank
appreciate
you
you
so
being
much.
here. Yeah, and thanks for all the
Absolutely.
not just for your creativity, but also the extra work you're doing to help the community. That is very important.
Yes,
A
yeah.
lot
I
of
didn't
people
even know
forget
that.
about
That's
that.
really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I appreciate. Yeah,
Keep doing
we
it.
Yeah.
try our best. Yeah.
Yeah. I know you've seen us,
Yeah.
Eve and I, and among other diasporans, we are doing this thing where we are helping women in
Yes.
Mathare buy sanitary towels.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yes.
something we are just doing to give back to the community and
Yeah.
make
Music
sure.
for sanitary towels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So.
That's what it's called.
I would definitely want to donate. So
Yeah.
let me know how I can
Yeah.
see that. I
Oh.
can find the link. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'll
Yeah.
send you a link.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so much.
unfortunately, we have to close down the show. This was so interesting.
Yes. It
So
really,
much
really,
material
it
to
really
talk
It
was.
was
about.
fun. It was fun.
But
Mm-hmm.
look out for the replay. I'm gonna send it, and I'm also gonna put that clip for the Taarabu. That way you guys can
Yeah.
enjoy.
And then
Yes.
nasema kwa Kiswahili asante sana na shukuru. Somebody said I should speak in Swahili. Na
Definitely.
Mungu awabariki.
Na baraka za Yakobo. Like
Yeah.
that's how my grandmother does it. Baraka za Yakobo, za Musa. Mungu akubariki na baraka za Abraham.
Na hiyo
Hallelujah.
Kiswahili mingi tupatane hapa next Saturday.
Do you see why I don't speak it? Because every time I speak Swahili, I go there.
All right, kwaherini.
Kwaheri.
Smallz N Eve.